Gap 3S, welcome to Informed Tourist. You've seen those travel brochures, sun-drenched beaches, turquoise water, palm trees swaying in the breeze, and a promise of pure escape. The images are so perfect, so inviting, that you can almost feel the warmth on your skin and hear the gentle waves lapping at the shore. It's the kind of scene that makes you want to drop everything and book a flight, chasing that postcard fantasy we've all been sold. Couples laughing with drinks in hand, friends toasting to adventure, everyone looking carefree and completely at ease. The message is clear: paradise is just a plane ride away, and everyone is welcome. But look closer. How often do you see black travelers in those perfect pictures? The faces in the ads rarely look like ours. The fantasy is painted in broad strokes, but the reality is that representation is missing. It's subtle, but it's there, and it shapes the way we imagine ourselves in those spaces. For many of us, the dream of escape comes with a mental checklist others never consider. Before we even pack our bags, we're already thinking about how we'll be seen, where we'll feel safe, and what we might encounter along the way. It's not just about packing sunscreen, it's about packing awareness, resilience, and sometimes even a little bit of armor. We prepare for the unknown, for the questions, the stares, and the moments that remind us we're not always part of the postcard. The fantasy is universal, but the experience not always. The world promises adventure, but for black travelers it can also mean navigating a landscape of assumptions and expectations. We're sold a world without borders, but sometimes the welcome feels more like an interrogation. From airport security to hotel check-ins, there's a sense that you have to prove you belong, that your presence is questioned before it's celebrated. The untold story happens between the Instagram posts, the silent calculations, the moments you wonder if you belong, the times you scroll through social media and wonder if your experience will match the highlight reels you see. It's about seeking joy while carrying the weight of history and perception. Every smile in a scenic spot is layered with the knowledge of what it took to get there, and what it means to be seen in that space. Our journey requires a different kind of map, one that charts attitudes and safe havens, not just landmarks. We look for places where we can exhale, where we can be ourselves without worry, and where our stories are welcomed, not just tolerated. There's a network, a modern-day guide, that helps us navigate this. It's built on shared experiences, whispered tips, and honest conversations. More on that soon. The goal is still to see the world and make memories, but getting there means having a conversation the travel industry avoids. It means talking openly about safety, comfort, and the realities that come with traveling while black. This isn't a complaint. It's a real travel guide for anyone who's ever felt like an exhibit instead of a guest. It's about acknowledging the challenges without letting them define the journey. It's about chasing wanderlust while black, embracing the adventure, the beauty, and the freedom, even when the world tries to put limits on your experience. Let's talk about what that really means. Let's unpack the layers, the joys, the frustrations, and the triumphs that come with seeing the world through a different lens. The dream is still alive, but the journey is different. It's filled with hope, with caution, and with a determination to claim our place in every corner of the globe. And that's the story we're here to tell. One of resilience, discovery, and the real meaning of adventure when you travel while black. Let's talk about the stare. If you've traveled while black, you know exactly what I mean. It's that moment you step into a new place and suddenly all eyes seem to find you. It's not always hostile, but it's always there. An unspoken curiosity that follows you like a shadow. If you know, you know. There's a silent understanding among black travelers, a look, a nod, a quick smile that says, "I see you, I get it." It's the first thing on the unspoken itinerary of a black traveler. Before you even unpack your bags, you're already navigating a new layer of experience. Step off a train in Europe or walk into a market in Asia, and suddenly you feel it. Curiosity, suspicion, bewilderment. Sometimes it's admiration, sometimes it's confusion, but it's always a reminder that you're different here. Heads turn, conversations pause. You become the main attraction, even if you never asked for the spotlight. It's as if your presence alone is a spectacle. Sometimes it's just shock, as if you've stepped out of a TV screen. Other times it's a mix of fascination and disbelief, like you're rewriting someone's expectations in real time. Jessica B described it best. It was like being a celebrity but without the perks. At first it was funny, then exhausting. The novelty wears off quickly, replaced by a kind of emotional fatigue. This is the emotional labor that doesn't show up in your travel budget. You plan for flights, hotels, and meals, but not for the energy it takes to simply exist in a space where you're always noticed. You might find yourself journaling at night trying to process the day's encounters, or calling home just to hear a familiar voice that reminds you you're not alone in this. Do you smile and play ambassador? Ignore it? Stare back? Each choice comes with its own risks and rewards, and sometimes you just want to blend in and be invisible. It's a global phenomenon. From Prague to Kyoto, the feeling of being other follows you. No matter how far you travel, the experience is strangely familiar. You start to perform a version of yourself that feels safest. Maybe you change how you walk, how you speak, or even how you dress, all in an effort to manage the attention. That's the opposite of the freedom travel should bring. Instead of feeling liberated, you sometimes feel boxed in by the weight of other people's perceptions. So you adapt, you develop a thick skin, maybe even find humor in it. Sharing stories with fellow travelers becomes a way to reclaim your joy and remind yourself you're not alone. But deep down, it's a tax on your joy, a price others don't pay. It's a quiet cost, one that accumulates over time, shaping how you see the world and how the world sees you. The stairs are just the beginning. They're the first chapter in a much bigger story about identity, belonging, and resilience. There's more to this journey. Every step forward is an act of courage. A statement that you belong anywhere you choose to go. Stick around for the real talk. We're just scratching the surface of what it means to travel while black, because the story doesn't end here. It's just getting started, and there's so much more to share. After the stairs comes the next event, the microaggression gauntlet. Can I touch your hair? A question black women dread, asked with wonder and no sense of boundaries. David shared, I have dreadlocks. In Southeast Asia, people didn't just look, they reached out and grabbed. These moments reduce you to a curiosity, a living souvenir. Compliments like, your skin is so dark, or, you must play basketball, are stereotypes in disguise. You're not just a traveler, you're a black traveler, constantly debunking assumptions. It's not just about hurt feelings, it's the exhaustion of always having to explain, educate, and politely decline. Every no, you can't touch my hair, is a mini battle. The physical journey is one thing, the emotional obstacle course is another, and it's the enemy of the open, curious mindset that makes travel magical. The airport, the supposed great equalizer. But for many black travelers, it's where the dream hits a wall of bias. The random security check, it's so predictable you could set your watch by it. I've been pulled aside, patted down, swabbed, while others breeze through. Black women report invasive hair searches, procedure masking prejudice. Aisha calls it the racial profiling buffer. She adds extra time to every trip, just in case. The worst part? The helplessness. You comply, swallow your frustration, and smile. The airport should be a gateway, but for us, it's a gate guarded by suspicion. Before your vacation even begins, you're reminded you can't escape the baggage of perception. It's a bitter pill, but it's reality, and it's one more hurdle on the journey. But we keep moving forward. You've made it through security, the stairs, the microaggressions. You arrive at your hotel or restaurant ready to be a valued customer. But the service isn't the same. The waiter avoids your table, the concierge is dismissive. It's subtle, but you feel it. Your money isn't as green as everyone else's. Michael shared, in Milan, I was ignored in a designer store until I pulled out my credit card. Suddenly, I was served. You find yourself over-tipping, dressing up, performing respectability just to get basic service. What should be relaxing becomes a social experiment. It's exhausting to wonder if bad service is a fluke or something uglier. This is the service disparity. One of the most insidious forms of travel discrimination, but it's real, and it's everywhere, and it's why we need each other's stories. After all this, you might think, why bother traveling? But the answer isn't to stay home, it's to travel smarter. For decades, black travelers have relied on community knowledge. Today, that tradition is Digital Meet Green Book Global. Inspired by the original Negro motorist Green Book, this platform is a lifeline for black travelers. It's a community-powered directory and review site, rating destinations on what matters, adventure, relaxation, and traveling while black. Honest reviews tell you where you'll be welcomed, where to find black-owned businesses, and where to avoid. It's more than a review site, it's collective care. Every review is a roadmap for the next traveler. It turns anxiety into empowerment. It's the ultimate travel hack, and it's changing the game. Use it and travel with confidence. Green Book Global does more than help you avoid bad experiences. It helps you find your people. It's about more than just safety or convenience. It's about discovering a sense of belonging, even when you're thousands of miles from home. When you travel with intention, you open yourself up to the possibility of finding community in the most unexpected corners of the world. One of the best surprises of traveling while black is discovering the global diaspora. You realize that no matter where you go, there are people who share your history, your culture, and your joy. It's a reminder that blackness is not limited by borders. It's a vibrant, living thread that connects us across continents. It's hearing a familiar beat in Lisbon, finding an Afro-Cuban jazz club in Havana, or meeting black expats in Bali. These moments are more than just fun, they're affirming. They remind you that your culture travels with you, and that you can find echoes of home in the rhythm of a song or the laughter of new friends. These are the spaces where you can finally exhale, where you don't have to explain yourself and you can just be. It's a feeling of comfort that's hard to describe until you experience it for yourself. Chloe found this in Costa Rica. I wasn't just a tourist, I was sharing stories with people who understood me. That's the magic of finding your tribe. You're not just passing through, you're connecting on a deeper level, building memories that last long after the trip ends. These connections turn a trip into a profound experience of belonging. Suddenly, the world feels a little smaller and a lot more welcoming. The strategy: do your research, look for the diaspora, seek out the places where Black travelers gather, and you'll find doors opening to new friendships and shared adventures. Search for Black-owned businesses, cultural centers, and neighborhoods. These are often the heartbeats of local Black communities, where you can support and be supported. Use social media groups for Black travelers. Online communities are powerful tools for sharing tips, finding meetups, and making connections before you even arrive. These are the places where you'll find not just a good meal, but a sense of community. Food brings people together, and sharing a table can turn strangers into friends. Our culture is a global mosaic. Every city, every country, adds a new piece to the picture, showing just how far our roots and branches reach. And travel lets you experience a piece of it for yourself. We are everywhere, and every journey is a chance to celebrate that truth. So wherever you go, remember, you're never alone. Our community is global, and that's something to celebrate. Black travel isn't just about overcoming obstacles, it's about reclamation. For centuries, our movement was restricted. Now, a new generation is changing the face of travel. Online, Black creators and influencers are providing advice, building community, and showing the world that adventure is for us too. They're normalizing Black travelers hiking in Patagonia, diving in the Philippines, or eating pasta in Rome. Black travelers in the US alone spend over $100 billion a year. The industry is finally paying attention. Black-owned travel agencies and tour companies are creating safe, culturally rich experiences. Every passport stamp is a statement. Every journey is a tribute to our ancestors' dreams. When we travel, we're not just on vacation, we're rewriting history. We honor their journey by celebrating our own, and we're just getting started. We've compared the postcard fantasy to the real journey. We've faced the stares, the microaggressions, the random checks, and the service disparities. But we've also found tools and community. Traveling while Black is challenging, but it's also beautiful and transformative. It gives you a unique perspective and connects you to a global story. The goal isn't to stay home, it's to be prepared, smart, and bold. Share your experiences, the good, the bad, the hilarious. Support Black-owned businesses and tour companies. We are a global force, and our journey is just beginning. Don't let challenges dim your wanderlust, let them fuel your preparation. Seek out community, use the resources, and pack your confidence. Go see the world, and when you do, share your story. Tell us where you felt welcomed. Your experience is a vital piece of the map for the next traveler. So, where are you going next? And what story will you bring back? Thank you for watching Informed Tourist. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It takes 1,000 subscribers to start earning an income from my YouTube channel. So I need you to like and subscribe to this channel. Now enjoy this next video.